Lives over the Arboretum.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, good evening, everybody. This is the February 28th, 2024 meeting of the Moscow Planning and Zoning Commission, and welcome, everybody. And special welcome to Bryce, his first meeting with us. He's our council liaison, so welcome, everyone. So, first item on the agenda is approval of the January 24th minutes. Any deletions, corrections, additions?
no, I move. We accept.
So Sue's moved to approve, a second,
I'll second.
and Dennis a second. So we'll start roll call.
That's
Karen with
actually-
Rich.
Aye.
Aye.
Victoria?
Aye.
Nicole? Aye.
Aye.
Dennis?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, we're all approved. Next up is the 15-minute public comment period. If anybody would like to come and address the commission for anything that is not on the agenda tonight. Oh, not seeing anybody moving toward the lectern, so we'll move on. Next item up is the public hearing of proposed rezone of a 4.98 acre property located at 1326 Orchard Avenue. Mike.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, Commission. So before you tonight, we have a public hearing, and this is a proposed rezone. It's 4.9 acre property located on 1326 Orchard Avenue. Applicant's Justin Goodwin. He's proposing the rezone of this property. And the current designation is Farm Ranch. And the proposal is to rezone to the low-density, single-family residential zone, which is the R1 designation. So just to give you an idea where this property is located, highlighted in red, the center of your screen, kind of a long linear parcel. And extending east to west, this is Orchard Avenue, Lanny Drive, extending in this location. Then you have Sloniker heading north-south here. This is the Woodbury development. So this aerial is a couple years old, but you can see some preliminary grading. They've started to work on the first phase and construct homes within Woodbury currently. Primarily just single-family residential located to the west and to the south and to the east. Kind of the Highland Drive neighborhood is located here to the west, and it transitions to more rural residential as you head to the north. So just a closer view of the property, see Orchard Avenue, Lanny Drive, and then Peekaboo Street's actually stubbed to this property. Topography map of the property in the area. These represent 1 foot elevation change for each contour line. You can see kind of slopes down to Peekaboo Street, and then there's a ridge on the eastern portion of the property. Taking a look at the comprehensive plan land use designation, it's auto urban residential. Pretty much the entire surrounding area is auto urban residential as well, but there is suburban residential there to the northwest, which is the lighter shade of yellow. And then you've got the park in Peekaboo Estates subdivision, which is parks and open space designation. So taking a look at what the comp plan says about auto urban residential. Contains predominantly single-family detached homes, lots ranging from 7 to 11,000 square feet in size, and are more isolated from surrounding uses, which may require residents to rely more on automobile transportation. Designation includes those areas generally anticipated to be developed for low to moderate density residential uses. The density is between 3 to 6 units per acre, which could include a mixture of single-family, twin home, townhouse residential dwellings. And then points to the R1, R2, and R3 zones as being the most appropriate for the designation. So it brings us to the zoning configuration of the area. As I mentioned previously, it's Farm Ranch is the current designation. Property to the south, the subdivisions are R1, which is the purple shade. We've got R2 here to the west on the west side of Orchard. Woodbury is R2. Transition into neighborhood business off the screen, ag forest up here, and then some more farm ranch to the north as well. So the proposal would be the R1 designation, so just extending it up from Peekaboo Estates subdivision to the north. Taking a look at what the zoning code says about the R1, low density residential zone appropriate where the following circumstances are present. Single family dwellings predominate the area, and the physical character of the area does not lend it to more intense development, either by virtue of irregular topography, restricted access, division of land into subdivision lots of a size greater than the minimum lot size required by the zoning district, or the application of the comprehensive plan policies to the land in question. So really just a single family zone for R1. There are some urban agriculture uses, so market and community gardens are permitted. Limited childcare facilities, so a group childcare facility would be permitted, and public parks and rec facilities as well. So taking a look at Orchard Avenue, it's a collector street, 20-foot wide paved roadway with gravel shoulders in this portion of Orchard. Peekaboo Street is a local street, terminates on the property. 36-foot wide roadway with curb gutter, tree lawn, sidewalks on both sides of the street. And there are existing water sewer mains within the surrounding streets or sufficient capacity to accommodate any future use the R1 zone would allow on the property. So, and with that, staff recommends the commission conduct the public hearing, and upon consideration of testimony received, recommend approval of the proposed rezone from Farm Ranch to R1 with no conditions. And I've provided a drafted relevant criteria and standards document within the commission's packet tonight. So willing you'd be able to adopt that if you so choose. So certainly be able to answer any questions you have.
Questions for Mike? Okay, great. Thanks, Mike. So with that, we will open the public hearing, and if we could start by hearing from the applicant.
Hello, thank you. Justin Goodwin. I am the applicant by participation of a neighborhood association of us that are looking to purchase some of the land. The purpose of this is really to make it feasible for us to buy about 4 acres of the undeveloped land that's directly behind our homes there on Lanny Drive, and to coordinate off the home on the remaining 0.988 acres. And as it's currently zoned, that's not applicable. It's the current owner, Kay, has desired to see that land be undeveloped in the future. And so as a neighborhood, 6 of us decided that we'd love to have a little bit of land and control the view right behind our homes and be able to do this process. So it really seems to make sense to fit in what we're trying to do and what the neighborhood is about. If you have any questions for me, I'm happy to answer them. I think it makes sense. We're excited to be able to do it. And
So Justin, for the record, could you give us your address as well, please?
1542 Lanny.
Great, thank you. So any questions for Justin? Okay, great. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. So next we'd proceed to any testimony in favor of the rezone.
Hello, members of the commission. I'm Sean Wilson, 2780 North Mountain View Road, Moscow. I'll be very brief. I've been helping Kay Morin with her property, and it is her wish to have this. She's not here tonight. She's in Boise. And so I represent her as a real estate agent. She is completely in favor of this, wants to see the neighbors have it. That was plan A. I think it's wonderful to actually see a group of neighbors get together and cooperate. And how often do you see a planning and zoning meeting where you have a neighbor making the application? Enough said. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Anybody else to testify in favor? Anybody in opposition of the rezone or of a general nature? All right, seeing nobody coming forward, Justin, would you have any concluding comments?
No, just really excited to be able to get this done.
Okay, so with that, we'll close the public hearing and open it for discussion. Any comments, questions?
I just think it's a really clever idea. How many years have we been telling people who say, I don't want this built behind me, I'm going to ruin my view. And we always said, if you want to protect your view, buy the property.
I agree. I think this
really
is
smart.
I think this is marvelous. And when we approved the project, the original project, there was a little bit of controversy over the way that land was going to be used or perceived it was going to be used. I think this is great. You all moved in there collectively and came up with a solution. I applaud what you've done. So I'm certainly in favor of the rezone in this. I did have one question, maybe Mike address it. In the presentation, you talk about the lot size 7,000 to 11,000. This obviously is going to make some of the lots probably larger than that. Is that any kind of an issue?
That's just the general guidance in the comp plan, just stating that that was the typical lot size that you would see
Typical.
within that designation. Yeah.
But it can be-
R1 is minimum lot size 9,600 square feet. So yeah, all these lots obviously meet that because they're in the R1 zone. So with the expansion, they'll certainly be over that, but there's no maximum. It's just a minimum lot size.
And will there need to be a public hearing for moving the lot lines, I guess would be the next stage in this?
Yeah, I believe they'll process a lot line adjustment after the rezone concludes.
Okay, okay. All right, well, any other questions,
I
comments?
was just gonna say, Sue said it. You know, that's what we've said for years.
Yeah.
If you want the view, you buy it.
Yeah, I think it's great. And, you know, it preserves the use of that land and
Yeah,
good,
it fits in nicely.
yeah, it really does. I think it's super. I applaud what you've done. So, all right, well, with that, looks like we just need a motion to approve the rezone.
I'll make the motion.
And Dennis's motion
Second.
and Victoria's second. So we'll start, Sue, with you.
Aye.
Scott?
Aye.
Dennis, aye. Cole?
Hi.
Victoria and Rich. All right. So the next thing I think that has any, I read through the RCS. I don't have any issues with that. I certainly would move to, well, I won't move, but I think it would be appropriate to go ahead and approve it tonight, especially since we don't have a meeting
Right.
the next scheduled. So unless there's anybody that's got any corrections or additions, I would entertain a motion to approve.
Yeah, I'll move to,
Oh,
I'm sorry, I
okay.
thought Victoria.
No,
was.
no, I thought you had a comment.
Okay.
Yeah, and I appreciate Jennifer making them printed in here and Mike writing them up and you putting them in here so that we can read them and approve them, you know, instead of like waiting till the next meeting. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I move we approve the reason statement,
Okay. Second, and Victoria second. So Rich, we'll start with you.
RCS.
And Victoria, Cole, aye. Dennis?
Aye.
Aye.
And Sue, thank you. All right. Well, thank you very much. Congratulations. I think a really good move. I am excited for what you're doing as a neighborhood. I think that's great. All right. Next item on the agenda is the dreaded election of officers. So I want to let you know that my intention is to step down as chair. And not because I don't love being with all of you. And I'm going to say with the commission, I just think periodically it's a good idea to have a change of leadership and personnel. So I think the logical thing to do would be to move Dennis into the chair position. He's been vice chair now for 2 years, I think, maybe 3. So
Enough.
it's never long. And I don't know how all you might want to proceed here. I mean, the logical thing would be for Rich to step into the vice chair position, if that seems like a good idea. And we'll need a second vice chair, if anybody would be interested.
Yes.
Well, I
Slate it, and we're going to acclaim a slate pretty quick.
yeah, I guess I would like to nominate Dennis as chair and Rich as vice chair.
Second.
Okay. And I'm wondering, Scott, Cole?
I'm going
any
to have to
interest?
decline. I'm in the process of starting a house out in the county, so I'm not
Gonna be
sure.
very
Oh.
busy.
Not sure how long I'll be a city resident.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about Victoria as second?
Tori doesn't want to do it.
What?
Nope.
Not I said
Cole,
the
would you
little
be
red
interested?
hand.
Sure.
Sounds okay. So the nomination will include Cole as second vice chair. That's great. I think you guys are a great team. And Dennis does such a wonderful job running the meetings. So anyway, with that, do we need an official vote?
I move we vote by acclamation.
Acclamation.
That slate.
Okay.
Second.
And Victoria's second. So we'll do a roll call. We'll start with Sue.
Aye.
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 Hi.
Aye.
Okay,
Done.
super. We're
Hey.
done. Congratulations, Dennis. Or condolences, I'm not sure. And congratulations, Rich, and Cole, you as well. This is going awfully fast. There's a transportation report
Joel's
on
not
the
here.
agenda, but Joel's not here. So I think that we'll skip unless you've got anything to,
I don't think they've had a meeting.
okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of been the case for about the last 10 times we've had reports.
I don't know if I've ever heard an actual report from.
Do we actually have a transportation?
I can say, I can
Maybe.
give a report, they're meeting tomorrow.
Right.
I love it. Okay. Any announcements, Mike?
Well, we'll just be canceling the next meeting and then we'll have actually a rather large agenda for the next meeting, the second meeting in March. We'll have a
So-
couple annexations that include a plat and a PUD. So,
So bring your lunch.
So that is March 26th? 27th. I'm on the wrong day. Okay, so March 27th. Okay. Well, hey, this is trial by fire. Yeah, so we've got 2 public hearings?
correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
super. All right.
I also think that there's a little bit of, there's a meeting in the works for March 25th between the council and P and Z. At least that's been put on my radar. I don't know if that's been communicated to you all yet, but we're trying to find a time on that Monday, I think it is.
Would it be,
It's a Monday night.
It'd be after the Public Works and Finance Committee meets.
Oh, so it'd be in the
It'd
afternoon.
be in the afternoon. So, and Bill, I think, is trying to coordinate that. So,
okay,
and I'm not sure as to all of the motivations, but at least that's on my radar a little bit. So, and I'm sure he'll reach out to you all shortly.
okay. So that would be, those are usually over about 4:30 or,
Yeah.
Yeah, shoot for 5 maybe for the meeting. This is the joint meeting that we've been talking about. for a
right,
while.
Yeah.
right, okay. Super,
Who
okay.
determines the agenda on this?
Probably the mayor and chair P and Z, I would assume.
Wait a minute. Does
Who is that officially?
does your term of office start like next year?
Yeah. No, we're
We
already,
just talked about this, Mike.
I told you got out of the annual report. This is like,
Exactly. That's what sold me.
oh, so no annual report this year?
we're going to do the joint meeting in lieu of the annual report.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay,
Yeah.
fantastic. All
He
right.
failed to mention I was meeting with the mayor, though.
It's easy,
okay,
don't
though.
worry.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll take
Okay,
care of it.
well, that's good. And to tell you the honest truth, the annual report to council, I mean, we don't have a lot more new stuff to report. It's been a pretty quiet year. So I'm glad we're
Yeah.
doing this. So super. Okay. So 2 meetings at the end of the month. Meeting on the 13th is canceled. And anything coming up in April particular that you?
We do have, a number of applications, I think, in the works. Nothing concrete right now. in
Okay.
April.
Okay, super.
And somewhere along the way, you're working on all those things we came up with last time as potential topics and guest speaking. But that's not next time,
Yep.
or probably the time.
Oh, super. Okay. So the meeting I missed last time,
Yeah,
some discussions about time. It was great.
well, before that, whenever it was, we have a big. long
We had a
list.
goal setting
There was a long. list.
a few months ago and
Where?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
have Tyler come back, talk about
Right.
PPAC.
Right. Yeah, we kind of put that off because the change in the PBAC executive director, I guess, changed. We weren't quite sure what was going on with that.
Yeah, I think we were shooting for maybe springtime,
Okay.
somewhere along there. They hadn't made any more progress on the alternatives, I don't believe. So
Okay.
I think we were waiting on that too.
Well, and the big thing, I mean, I'm really pleased that we're moving forward on the city council meeting. I think that, I don't think we've met with city council since I've been on the commission. So I think that's really a positive. So terrific. Okay. Anything else for good of the order? Rich, Victoria, Cole, Sue, how about you? And Scott,
No.
Dennis?
I'm good.
Congratulations. All right. With that, declare the meeting adjourned. A fast one.